ኩሎም ዝተፈላለዩ ስለ ዝኾኑ ግን again ኣለዎ ማለት ሲዥር autism ኣለዎ ማለት ኣይኮነን ወይ ከዓ speech delay ኣለዎ ማለት autism ኣለዎ ማለት ኣይኮነን that's why ta early intervention ጌርና ቀስ እንዳበልና ክንከይድ ንኽእል ኢና ማለት እዩ እዚ ተረዳእትክላ
ያ ኣድሒነይ thank you ኣቲያ ናይ ኤፕሌፕስ ዝበልኩ ንሽቲ ናይ ገዛና ሓሳስ ለድሓወይ ከምኡ ይገብር ነይሩ ወዲ ዓመት ከልእ ክገርመክ ብኣፍሪቃ ኮንካ ሰዓን ምፍላጥ ክሳብ ናይ ልቢ ሕማም ኣምፂኢሉ ኣድሒን ክነግረክ ይግኒ ኦፕሬሽን ገይሩ ሕጂ 16 ዓመት ገይሩ ናይ ልቢ መጥባሕቲ ገይሩ ንምንታይ ኩሉ ግዜ ይወድቕ ስለ ዝነበረ ዝግደሰሉ ይርከበን መድሃኒት ሂብዎ ጥራሕ ንኸይጎይ ማለት እዩ ይድቅስ ብጣዕሚ በቃ ድኻም ዘለዎ ገለ ካኡ ድሕር 3-4 ሰዓታት ይዝበራበር ይፈዝፈዛዝ ገለ ዝውሑል ካኡ ፈሪሕና ገዲፍናየቱ መድሃኒት ድሕር ክንደይ ዓመት እንዳዓበየ ክርከሎ ወዲ 16 ዓመት ምስ ኮነ በቃ ምስ ትንፋስ ኣቋሪፁ ልቡ መጥባሕቲ ገይሮም ኣብ ኢትዮጵያ ማለት እዩ እዚ ዝኾነ ዝሕግዞ ነገር ገይሮምሉ እና ዘይምፍላጥ ብጣዕሚ ገና ከለዎ ሰኣን ምሕካም ትኽክል እዩ ትብልየ ዘለኺ ማለት እዩ
ያ that's why ሕብረተሰብና እንታይ ይብል ብፍርሒ ንግበር that's why ተጠንቀቑ ንመን ክትሰምዑ ኣለኹም እብለኩም ተጠንቀቑ ንመን ትሰምዑ ኣለኹም ክብለኩም I can't say stuff ኣብዚ because ብሕጊ ክትሓዝየ ዶክተር ሲም cannot say stuff ብሕዚ because ብሕጊ ክትተሓዝያ ethics ኣለና ነብሎ ንሰብ ኣቢልና ጥራሕ ኣይኮናን ከማነ because ብሕጊ በዚ መንግስቲ ዲ በኤቲክስ ብኩሉ ነገር ኣለና ተጠንቀቑ ንመን ሰምዑ ዝብለኩም ብፍርሒ ጥራሕ ኣይነብል because imagine seizure እንድሕራሎሲ medication የድለይካ እዩ because ሓንቲ seizure ወላ ንሰለስተ ደቂቕ እንድሕር ነቂፁ ሰብ ከምዚ ኢሉ ክንደይ ኤነርጂ እዩ ዝወስድ that's why ይድቅሱ ሰለስተ ወላ 8 ሰዓታት ይድቅሱ because it's energy thing እቲ ኤሌክትሪክ ብዙሕ ይደብል ኣሎ ማለት እዩ ተጠንቀቑ ብዙሓት ኣለዉ ይድፈልጦም ኣነ ብኸምኡ ኢብን ደቆም ከማነይ ፓራላይዝድ ዝኾኑ ሰኣን ምፍላጥ እንገለን that's why ተጠንቀቑ ኣብ ሶሻል ሚድያ ክትወስዱ ከለኹም ኢንፎርሜሽን ተጠንቀቑ ዝብለኩም ማለት እዩ እንድሕር ሲዥር ኣለዎ ሰብ ብዶክተር ከብል ኣለዎ ማለት እዩ sometimes ti መድሃኒት ክቦም ኣለዉ again መብዛሕትኡ ግዜ ከፕራኦም ዝብልዎም ንክልተ ዓመት ይብዎም ይርእይዎም ካብኡ ከዓኒ ገሊኦም ይብልዎ ይሰግርዎ እዮም ማለት እዩ ሪኦም ኦኬ ንርአዮም ገሊኦም ከዓኒ ከብል you have to be careful with seizure I've heard some people say no መድሃኒት ኣይትብዎም ኣብዚ ኮይኖም በስመ አብ ኢለ ተጠንቀቑ እዚኣቶም ሓላፍነታውያን ዘይኮኑ እዮም እዚኣቶም because it could fried your brain ናትካ ፍራይ ክገብሮ ይኽእል እዩ because ብጣዕሚ ተኣሽሙ ስለ ዝኾነ so ብፍርሒ ኣይትኸዱ I'm telling you guys Dr. Siu መፅያ ኣብዚ ተኣሽሙ ትበኩም ናብ ክትሕተት እያ ኣነ እውን ኣብዚ መፅያ ዝኾነ ክብለኩም ኣይክእልኒ because ክሕተት እየ ኣብዚ ክትፈትውኒ ላይክ ክትቡኒ ገለመለ ገይረ ኣይመፅን ኣብዚ because ክሕተተሉ እየ ኣነ ንባዕለይ ማለት እዩ ተጠንቀቑ ኩሉ ግዜ ዝብለኩም ማለት እዩ ስለዚ ናይ seizure is ከም ዝበልክዮ ብዙሕ ነገራት ድመፅእ ኣሎ ሰኣን ምፍላጥ ማለት እዩ you know ሰኣን ምፍላጥ ብፍርሒ ከዓኒ ይብልኻ ኣትስቂሎም እዮም እዚኣቶም ገለመለ ኢሎም ኣብ ብዙሕ ዘይተበለየ እትውኻ ማለት እዩ ስለዚ ኣብዚኣ ኩሉ ግዜ ተጠንቀቑ ካብ ብፍርሒ ብፋክትስ ወይ ከዓኒ በቲ ተኣሽሙ ኢንፎርሜሽን ዘለና ክንከይድ ንኽእል ኢና ማለት እዩ
I would also add to what Adhanet said, also be careful of people who are telling you things to try to sell you something. I have the cure to autism, so take my supplement, take my this, take my that. Just be very careful. Talk to your doctor, talk to your autism specialist, talk to people like Adhanet. Like, be careful because people will say anything and do anything to make money, right? And I don't want our people to be harmed physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and end up buying something that's not going to help them or worse, hurt them. So just something to be aware of.
That's very important. I've been telling them from the beginning of time. Before it started, I said they're going to be starting to sell you this.
Sure.
They're going to be, I'm telling you that. I've been telling them this. Do you think they listen? No, they don't. I said, you know what? You could sue me.
Have you heard what's going on in Uganda, right?
I said,
that's why people
listen,
now people are talking about
it. I don't do drama. I will give you the facts. ከምዚ ኢሎም ክመፅኹም እዮም ኢለ እዮም ቀደም ኣብዚ ካብ ቀደማት ሒዘ day one ተጠንቀቑ we will be ከምዚ ናይ autism cure ኣለኒ ናይ autism መድሃኒት የለን I've been telling you guys there is no such thing as ናይ autism መድሃኒት كاب قدمات هذا شورت كات سب شورت كات يدلي أنا لايف ستايل اللي نقرأ الساتم كاشورت كات دليم
نعم أنت إذا المداني زبوم نتوم إبليبسي زلو
نو السو لا أوتيزم هيكون نا إبليبسي السو تديكي السو نا إبليبسي because قاليهم أوتيزم زلهم إبليبسي لهم قاليهم ADHD لهم قاليهم I mean so many زي anxiety لهم depression لهم you know لك كمانا مالتي right so ناتهم stress level كأتي ناتهم stress متصور بالطعمي تحت سلازخنة بزح يتقعمي that's why تتنقعوا أي تدفئوهم أي تبلوهم كنا يتهزاري بقى عرر إلى I'm telling you تقرنايسي you have no idea تقرناي كمينيرو كمهرنا هزبي لا أبزباتي حزن لو بحايلي نتبلكم كمي تقرناي نيرو مسلكي you know سلازي كاب قدم day one أتحزة إليهم كشات لكم كجمريهم تتنقعوا ورا نعي تشات أنا what the heck did I say أبزل لكم أنا أمريكا زلخو ناتي بورد اللوخت سوق تقبرون تقولوا everything the same thing for Dr. Sim we have to go بتاش مهن كيدا لنا مالتي that's why after زلخم مو بوتا خيدو انت خد قبرون أفريقيا زخيدا لكم تريد كاس انت خد قبر after زلخ هايو مو أنا منجست ده هبكا مو أنا تاش من هبكا ورأيو so why are you talking about somebody سب مثلا لو عبد الله يقيدو دكان خفت دكان أي تخفت هاي بدنا نسب نما ندمهر أنا نتي تعشمو أنا دكان تخفتو مثلا لو جن أنا يخيدي كيدني ناتي تعشمو إمالتي ناتي حلف النتي right ناتي حلف النتي سلازي كل سبنت هازب له حتصير ما نقدي نخترخبو لكم it's a lifestyle تعشم كل جزين تايبل قاليس قاعد حاجة أوتيزم على وايبل قاليس قاعد حاجة لايف ستايل gluten free dairy free قاعد حاجة تبلا وايبل جن كم جبروا ما لتيكونن because كلهم different they're all different that's why you should focus on دقهم there's no such thing as one size fits all so if somebody is trying to sell you something autism yeah okay good luck you think America as نعوي فلت وانزلوا مالتيو أبز صقنا دناقورينا نحنا مالتيو you know مدهانيت يلنا أوتيزم فليتكا أنت إذا نتم قل أتزدليهم دلو every قل أخا different سازي ماتي أنا بزي دراما نقلن كقبر I don't do that anybody default أنا I don't do جن psycho education هي بي I've been doing that from long time كيمات أخلص وحج مات الله إلا يومي جن هزبنا حتصير من قد إزدال حتصير من قد أخذ بالكأني بزن تقاتل كارلو انتي دعمون تمليس كخاني أنا تبلنا لخا I'm like you know it is what it is قالي إسب they have to learn it the hard way مالتي you know
yeah
but anyway
thank you Adhin.
Yeah.
All right. With our time I don't know doctor how much time you have let's see a few questions from the first interest حتى كابتن قديمكم okay yeah نعم خير
مرحبا سمع لغمش؟
سمع
من جمرتها مسكنا أقرب لكم بتاعنا مسكنا كتخلة دكتور سيوم على حالة مسكناكم من دلي بتاعنا قداسي نتبتاتكم ترعز لغم زيني حبرة السمنة بتاعنا شجر خوين زلو بزيزي ندي فوسي خلكو ولزيكر عينة كنتاتي قد إن نزلو أملخ بعين محراتي تأمتنا توصي كبلاز دلي دكتور تخلعاوي أبزني بريزيدنت ترامب أوتيو زلو ناي MMR ሓበሬታ እንታይ ርእይተለኩም ዶክተር ስዩም ወላ ድሓነት ምክንያቱ ኣምናይ MMR መድሃኒት ቫክሲን ሰፕሬት ክኾን ኣለዎ ኢሉ ሓበሬታ ውፅሞ እንታይ ርእይተለኩም ኣብዚ
ተኸከል ዶንጊኻ ኣቲኻ እምበር ሃብትሽ ኣብ መጀመርታ ብኡ ኢና ጀሚርና ምክንያቱ ነዊሕ ኣስፊሓ ገሊፃቶ እያ ግን እሕትራብ ኢላ ክትገልፀልካ እያ እምበር ኣብ መእተዊ ገሊፃቶ እያ ግን ፅቡቕካ ካብቲ መጀመርታ ዝነበረ 100 ገለን ሰብ ሕጂ ኣካ 200 ሰብ ስለዘሎ ፅቡቕቲ ንእሽተይ ኣሕትራብ ኢላ ዋላ ክደግመልና እያ
Okay, great. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. Basically, what are my thoughts on the executive order on MMR being split into 3 vaccines? Is that the question?
Yeah, yes, basically the executive order. How do you see it? What are basically the ins and outs of the decision?
Yeah, so essentially the executive order, like you mentioned, is saying that we should split the MMR vaccine into 3 separate vaccines into 3 separate visits. A lot of the major medical organizations do not agree with this, including the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Academy of Family Physicians, because it's hard to get parents to bring their kids for 3 separate visits, right, when we could just do it in one. 2, there's not a lot of vaccines that are, like, we don't have the vaccines split already to administer to our kids. And 3, there's no, what's the word? The things that they are concerned about in this executive order are not things that the medical community is concerned about. Right now, there is no research that suggests that, giving the MMR vaccine together will lead to serious complications like autism. And so in a nutshell, most physicians are just going to continue the combined MMR vaccine and continue the schedule that has been set in place. I don't know if that was too much, Douglas. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's all right.
Can I add, or
Go
can
for
I
it.
say my thing? Thank you, and I appreciate your intake, and I'll take it the way it is. I'm going to add mine because I've been studying this for a long time. Obviously, I've been in this.
Let me explain that the first one at in Tigrinya, and then you can add.
Oh, okay. So أنتي كبلي مسيلكي.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay.
بتقرنا. Oh, so go ahead. No. أكيد.
لا كل سنة نتفضل. Okay.
Yes.
So أنا هابتا بتحته كم زوركم أما جمرتها ونسي حاجة نسأتني على دكتور سيوم جن. توسانة كمحل اللي سوى ترامب أبزحنا فقط 3 سماعات زي محل ولا فوق بقى تانتاي نتي MMR ده بحال vaccine بحد جزء سلس أوشتو سلس تحيزيو خطابة وهاب نيرو مالتيو حجيجن ببينهم كونو يتكات توسانة مالتيو حجنتا أي نسو حدا اتمد هاني ببينو أي تسرحنا له خطابة ببينو خوينا أي تسرحنا له يلا سز ولا تنسو ببينو جيرو سلس تجزي وهاب يلو زلوا وسانة اتوم كتابتات أي تسرحنا له جنا سز نسو خسر بعلو عمل كتعمد كوسلي سو إلى هنده بتاعكم مصنعات مجالا تبروسس نفوتينا اتخال أي شجر زخون كا أب أمريكا مستمن نوابرو ناي أمريكا وزح زي قص راحيسكا حنت جزي توستو نتقال عمو إتا أميما تسلست زحزت كتابت بحنساب يوقع بعودي له مالته حجيكن سلست الحركينهم أب سلست جزي سلست قص راجيرو سلست جزي يخوستهم توم كتابتات مالتي إذا خا أحد خبتي شجر نبيت سبن نتقص را مبزح يخونا له بعاوي يجن كا إتي توسانة إتي MMR سي تفرحي مس أوتيزم تححز له وزبيلي أزون مسرتها برجعت زخانة ومصنعتي زرجعته بقطعها إذا خطابت أوتيزم يمتص إذا الكاميرا رجعت يلا سزيوم يمزلوا نجزيو توصانه خميزلوا أبقى على خمي خون سات مسرح كا كرّي مالت نجزي جن بحافش خمسة وقت مدهاية ونسلا زي اللي خطابت تحكمنا نقول خمسلوا ويقص نستوى السنة جزي حسابته مع عراري مالت هذا حين توصانه جر كل اللي أيتم بتقولني حكورات خلي الحين.
Okay, كفتني بتقرنا. So mine is going to be different from Dr. Siem, and it's okay. Let me. We're able to do that. I know you're able to do that. Okay, and it's okay to have difference. So سلامتاي كنقرأكم and why I'm saying this and for our community. Okay. مجمرة I want to say نزسب I مرت كون never win. Okay. Never win. So let me clear that out. Okay. نتي خبرت عيلة تعشمي قبل لا نيره. Anyway, so let me clear that, okay? So, كم جمرة خبل إذن let me tell you why أنا تعشمي بلا نقول. مجمرة كم زبل كايو أبكال هجرات تعشمو. إذي قدم تفعلي نير by the way. إتي أمامار قلا يفعل نيريو جن بحنساب كيرمو right؟ أبكال هجرات أب European أبكال هجراتون أب Japan دي قلا ننبيني يقبروا and there's some studies بوزح يكونن جن there's some studies أنا كسدلكم خيله and Dr. Sim كسدلك خيله مالتي the studies that I've تعشم دبلكو there's some studies is it blue as a low by the way حد شاكونن it's not new. Is this you know credits لازوسد كل جزء credit وسد الله مري حدش نجار أيقونن زي I can tell you that because نمتى is Kennedy ካብ ብዙሕ ኣብቲ ናይ autism ተኣሽሙ ብዙሕ ገይሩ እዩ right ان بزح فالو يقبرو نيري عمالتي ان بعل منيو زبل نيرو تم مسؤو ستاديز قبل نبرو وي مسؤو زبل نبرو او ايتات تاشمس نيري عمالتي سلازي there's some studies بزح هيكونن so ابانا قن تأكبل للي betty facts ندحر كنكون دلنا we know that ism autism زلوم according to study evidence-based study مالتي right we know that it's natom detox magbari, right? It's natom detox magbari to hurt you. We know this for fact, right? So in the hurt to hurt koinu, and then it's vaccine di wala kal negarati kubuam kalo, buzuh kaun kalo, which we call cocktail malati, mix kaun kalo, aids our one yamzalo bufil like ani na ashukhono kalo. We know the malati. So isn't the herfalit na yo alana? So بمثلنا I'm not anti-vax. Let me say that I'm not anti-vax. إن دحر فلينا يو right? That means سلسته مبزحت جزاء سلسته راح يكون نزهبه 4 أيام زهبه because ناي chicken pox كلا يوم زهبه مالتي. So it's too much نزيم قلعت sometimes مالتي نتيوم detox كجبر زي كونه مالتي right? And then we know أبغالي أخاني تاي كم إلهم كله أخاني fever قال ملمس كونو Tanadol bomdi or whatever tashmu, and then suha more toxins atulon after body malati. So based on that, you can say some kids are going to be susceptible. Not all of them. Some kids genetically susceptible cornea malati. So unentable, not nazi I amnone wala ilu gabrelo you know what I mean? I believe Gin in the hergeru it's going to help us at least to see okay let's see divide in the hergeru mocha and kana belina malati because we have bazihu tashum mishnibalalana right in the head divide gerna because it's going to show us we're going to have some kind of data malati so whether you agree with him or not Hantinega that I agree is given the parents the rights I do agree that because the parents can speak with the doctors like I do that Hiji Mr. Mdokater ba'alay zarabom and I tell them hey this is where we are and it's not in all states it's in some states Hiji executive orders slazukhane nab kullu state kabili malati so you have a right Mr. Dr. Nat Katazaribka to make that decision and to take that responsibility malati I like that but also like I said, in the head divide geramo, not vaccinate I to go they see divide in the head geramo, we're going to have some kind of data malati, which where we could say, okay, let's see itom bainuz wasad one, itom bahadaz wasad one, entire ina ilna, we're going to have a data malati. So buhomu ane, let's see ila allahu malati. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw what you posted on Facebook and then I was...
You don't have to agree. Why? You don't have to Jamir. How they already say MAGA. I'm like, ay.
We're so quick to judge people.
But I'm like, why can't we think? Like,
I know.
I'm able to hold different truth. That's the difference between me and other people. I'm able to hold different truth. Wala wala there's certain things azikar iyannai right is this there's something stuff can but
that's just for again, the hope for the solution like it's just approaching a different angle so I
yeah so it's going to give us something malati but buzh study but that's why study khogabryom hadsh nagar ikonan and by the way it is scheduled but kam names gabro Dr. Thomas if you guys remember after group is nabarkum na Dr. Thomas allo books basically now am zakhodu zallo Dr. Thomas Paul Thomas the bahalalo and look at his book up tashmulo basically they're going usiyam zagabro hadsh ikonan nazi you understand credits lazu studies tabaikom zagabr zallo bare hadsh nagar ikonan
okay thank you okay
يا غريتا تغلى حويا باخلوه نشلي خملا لا إذن MMRC ماسلس روبيلا تاساسيت كوي حسكوام 3 عينة حماماتين هجي بتقريني أخونا خلواس نيفيو سجى فرومين زخونا زلوا بني عدنا خال ناي نيفيس
Is that right? Adhin, do you know those in Tigrinya? I don't know that.
The Tigrinya I felt أنا زحوي معه.
أنا أبزي يا ريت ابز شوال سلاز غمت بتيغرينيا ترجم غير مهبونيا انت عين حمام
يا
حجينا تصقع زبال ابقص دحبت قالوا ان حنسب ابعدنا نهراس بينا انه ناس بتقبل الدخيل عين حمامي تقبل نقبروا مالتي بعدنا بلند زقبر مالتي ازيو حسين زخونه نجر تخبر زي الحمامي تنفيو لك بدناي كل سبب حبره علم ملؤون اسكف عين حمامي فرومايسي دي حلفوا السبيل ما نم طلع ولا مساعدة ونساعد لك ثانك يو حجي تنايني فيو لا يا يسبق بلاي تناي تصدق اني فروماينجن نبر عين الحمامي ما لسه بعدنا نحريخس ازي سكاف زخون حمامي يكون يا غريتا قرفك
So I don't know if you get it, Dr. Sim, but he was talking about the MMR, the vaccines. So the 3 vaccines that are combined in the MMR or in our country or in our language, they are for the cases in our language are called Nifio, which basically you know them in English. He was saying that one of them is obviously like a virus, or the one that's called Nifio. It's a virus, like we know that it has killed a lot of people over time in previous years, even though it doesn't exist today. But the other 2 are not that concerning medical issues. So why are we still taking them? Like I feel like they're not necessarily to take those vaccines these days. That was his question.
Okay.
Do you still recommend taking all of them?
Yeah, I mean, with any condition, the concern is, you're right. For some people, they get the viral infection, they get a rash, or they, and then it goes away. But unfortunately, for some kids, these infections become so severe, like we were talking about earlier, that they can cause things like inflammation of the brain and cause long-term neurological deficits. So that's really the concern, right? Even with the flu, for most of us, we get the flu, no big deal. We just feel bad for a few days and then that's it. For other kids, or even for other adults, it can cause severe lung infections and things like that. So basically, we're trying to prevent it from causing serious complications in our pediatric populations and adult populations. The other thing too is some of these conditions like rubella, for instance, if a pregnant woman gets rubella, right, that can be even fatal, or it can cause abnormalities to her unborn child. So that's really the concern, the serious complications that can come from these infections. And then of course to our community members that are pregnant, or they have they're immunocompromised, like their immune systems aren't strong. That is really what we're worried about.
So what ጽቡቅ ኣለኻ ተዛሓተቶ ሃብታሕቶ ጽቡቅ ኣለኻ ቶም ሕማማት ገሊኦም ቀለልቲ ክኾኑ ይኽእሉ እዮም ዋላ እውን ኣብ ካልኦት ሰባት ንኩሉ ሰብ ኣይኮን ብማዕረ ዘጥቅዕዎ ነቲ ሓደ ሰብ ብቐሊሉ ከም ምልክታት ኣርእዮም ክሓልፉ ይኽእሉ እዮም ኣብ ገሊኡ ኻ ክትቅዕዎ ይኽእሉ እዮም ዋላ እውን ብኸባቢ እውን ክንፈላልዮም ንኽእልና ብሓፈሻ ኩሎም ብማዕረ ይኮኑን ኣብዚ ግዜ እዚ ሰባት ክታይ ዝገብሩ እቲ ስነ ሓሳብ ግን ብሓፈሻ እንታይ እቶም ክታበት ንምንታይ ይወሃቡ ዝብል ናትካ ሕቶ ሓደ ነቲ ሕብረተሰብ ሙሉእ ንምክልኻል ዝግበር ዘሎ ተኸታበት ኣብ ሓደ እንድሕር ተላዒሉ ቀልጢፉ ናብ ካልእ ክምለስ ስለዝኽእል ወይ ከዓ ብዙሓት ሰባት ከጥቅዕ ስለዝኽእል እቲ ከመማራፂ ቀሪቡ ዘሎ ሙሉእ ክታበት እንድሃብካ ንኩሉ ተመሊሱ ንሓደ ሰብ ከም ዘይሕዝ ወይ ከዓ ንብዙሕ ሰብ ከም ዘይጥቅዕ ኮይኑ ንምግባር እዩ ካልእ ግን ብፍላይ እቲ ረቤላ ዝበለቶ እቲ ሳልሳይ ናይቲ መድሃኒት ብፍላይ ከዓ ነብሰ ፁር ኣደ እንድሕር ሒዝዋ ንዓ ጥራይ ዘይኮነ ነቲ ቆልዓ እውን ከይተረፈ ናብ ዝለዓለ ናይ ሕክምና ሽግራት ከስዕበሉ ይኽእል እዩ ስለዚ እዚ ኩሉ ኣረኣእኻ እቲ ኣማራፂ እንታይ እዩ እቲ ክታበት እንዳሃብካ ነቶም ቫይረሳት ድዩ ነቶም ሕማማት ድዩ ሙሉእ ብምሉእ ንኸይህሉ ወይ ተመሊሶም ንሕብረተሰብ ንኸየጥቅዑ ንምግባር ይትቐንዲ ዓላማ
Also, I do need to get off, but it was so nice being able to talk with all of you. Thank you, Adhanet, for all of your words. That was awesome, and for all the work that you do. But yeah.
well ስለዚህ በዚ ክንውዲ ኢና ምስ ዶክተር ሲዩ ማለት እዩ ሰዓት ኣኺልዋ ኣለኽቲ ከይድያ ኩላትኩም ኣብ ታሕቲ ዘለኹም ቴንክ ዩ በልዋ ናድሒኖምኩም ማለት እዩ we appreciate so much we'll see you hopefully again soon whenever it's convenient for you but again we really appreciate your time thank you
Of course, thank you Tekla. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.